Hi everybody. This is an introduction to angles and lines. This is your first math video. We're on page 177 where it says angles and lines. Today I would like you to attempt to do page 177 all the way through page 180, depending on when your packets get here and if you have enough time. But you should at least get page 177 to 178 done, okay? So I'm just going to go over a little bit of a review. We have done angles and lines and line segments and rays before, but it's been a little bit of time. So I'm going to attempt to illustrate the difference between a line segment, and a ray. Okay, so this is what a line would look like. You have two arrows. Going in opposite directions. Okay? Like that. This is a line. A line segment is a part of a line. Okay? So it would be two dots. It's like you're taking a chunk out of the line, okay? It's like that. And we normally label them with letters, either A, B, C, D. Doesn't really matter. You'll see a lot of different letters, naming a line segment. So if a line segment was by itself, it would look like this. Okay, you got the two dots on each side connecting the line, okay, because it's just part of a line, okay? Now, okay, so that's a line segment. Okay? And then the last type is a ray. Now, a ray has the one point or dot and then the one arrow, okay? So it's almost like it's jumping off from a point and then it can keep going on and on. Remember, a line goes on forever. It doesn't end. Line segments do end, okay? So that's the difference between that, okay? And obviously these dots, as I call them, they're points. We call them points. So that should help you with page 177, okay? Because that's your first practice is to label these number 1, 2, and 3. Are they lines, line segments, or a point, okay? So based on what I just showed you, you should be able to do that, okay? Now on page 178, let's go through them together, okay? I'll read through them with you. Number 4, it says a line segment is part of a line. Is that true? You're going to put a check if that's true, okay? Remember what I said about line segments, okay? Number 5, a point is an exact location in space, okay? Is that true? So, number 5, I will do with you, because that's a little tricky. This takes up space on a paper, right? This dot that I just drew. So a point is an exact location in space. So I want you all to check that off because that is true. Okay. Does a line have two endpoints? Remember, in a line segment, you have two endpoints, but does a line have two endpoints? Do these arrows end? Remember what I said about a line. It keeps going on and on, right? It doesn't stop. Okay, so is that statement true? Okay, On to the next topic, angles. Remember, it's two lines intersecting, meeting each other, makes an angle. I don't even need a paper to do it. This, I don't know if you guys remember, we said two lines coming together perfectly, one vertical, one horizontal. That's a 90-degree angle, okay? If there's just two lines like this, or like this, and they're not touching each other, that's not an angle, right? So look at numbers 7 through 12, excuse me, and you're gonna check the box only if an angle is shown. Remember, it's only when the lines meet each other. They have to touch each other and have a point that touches each other, okay? For page 179, has a bunch of objects, and it says mark 2 angles on each object, okay? So I'm going to do 13 with you, okay? Number 13 is the box of crayons. Okay. So if I was to mark an angle on this object, you guys could do it like this. I think this might be the easiest way. I'll show you in a second. See how I just drew right outside of the object? So there's two 90-degree angles in number 13, okay? So you could do that with the rest of them. You could kind of visualize the angles and draw them on the outside of the object, okay? And that's fine with me. So it wants you to find 2 angles on each object, and each of these objects have more than 2 angles. So you guys should be able to find 2 angles on each object, okay? Now, for number 19, which takes up all of page 180, I want you to mark 2 angles in each plane shape if possible. So, if there's no angles, then there's no angles, okay? Most of these will have angles, but remember, it has to have a line. It has to have two lines meeting each other, making a point. So if the object is round, is it going to have an angle? You have to ask yourself that. If an object is a circle, does a circle have any angles? Does it have anywhere where there's 2 points that meet each other? Okay, that's the only tricky one on that page. Okay, we'll pick up more with this tomorrow. Okay, you guys should be able to do those 4 pages pretty easily, along with this video. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, and we'll pick up with this tomorrow.